As a student athlete at the NCAA Division I level, there are a ton of challenges. First off, as coaches, we expect our guys to be good in the classroom and on the field as well.
These kids are competing on the highest level, working really hard, representing their school. They face a lot of stress and burdens in their life.
They're required to spend a lot of time with their sport, as much as 20 hours a week. Well, even more than that if you count travel days and being on the road. But 20 hours a week in addition to what they're required to do academically can be overwhelming.
The challenges that they have, just first and foremost, is time management. Finding a way for our guys to really manage every minute of the day, every hour of the week, every day of the month.
Balancing their classroom, balancing their social life, balancing their academic performance, balancing their athletic performance.
They are stressed out every single day. And they are under the gun because they've got to please a coach, they've got to please their parents, their professors, and then they have no time for themselves.
I usually wake up at like 5:20.
For weights, starting at 6.
I'll go grab some food at the cafeteria and then class at 8.
I have a lab from 12:30 to 3:15.
Go back to rehab again to get ready for practice.
And then I'll have to head to practice for pre-practice treatment.
Practice will start around 3 o'clock.
I have another lab from 6 to 8.
I get my ice bath and my treatments until around 7.
Maybe have a night class from 6 to 9.
We have conditioning from 8:45 to 9:30, 9:45.
I'm a member of SAC, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, so on those nights I would have a meeting from 9 to 10.
Come back, eat another meal, do homework, and if I'm lucky, be in bed at the earliest by midnight.
Everything was just like weighing on me, and there was like no relief from that because I felt like I couldn't give up volleyball, like I couldn't give up academics, I couldn't, there was no opportunity for me to kind of prioritize. Like I had to do it all and I had to be good at everything that I was doing. If I wanted to learn how to manage everything that was going on, like with volleyball and with school, like I was gonna have to talk to someone. There was no way I could do it by myself. So that's why I came here.
I knew that I had a lot of stuff going on and a lot of extra stress going on in my life, but I didn't know how to deal with it. And I thought that maybe the counseling center could help me find a more constructive way to deal with it. Because just talking to someone, not solely just about sports, but just about you and how to help yourself. Honestly, I know it sounds cliche, but it felt like a weight was off my shoulder. I mean, everybody on the team plays an important role. So no matter what your role on the team is, it's demanding. So whether that be the team kind of encourager or a team leader or anything like that, you're always going to have a specific special role on the team. But as a captain, I was one of 2 seniors this year, and we had a very young team. So I really was feeling the pressure to get those younger girls on the same page and kind of get everybody together and playing well and playing hard. And it feels like a lot of responsibility because there's only so much that the coach can do for the team, and she will expect you as a player on the team to lead the girls. I think as a senior, having so much responsibility, maybe being a team captain or just being one of the people that the guys look up to, there's a lot of stress that comes on in that. So I don't think that looking back at it, I don't think I took enough time to recharge myself. I just kept taking on these roles and responsibility because I was more focused about winning the next game instead of taking care of myself.
Coming to a different country, in our tennis team, for example, we have a lot of Europeans and a few South Americans. And for example, myself, I crossed the entire, the Atlantic Ocean to come here. It's getting used to the American culture, little things like the food or in the environment, and also making friends, adapting to the responsibilities, and being, a teammate, and also a teammate to your friends, and being able to carry out all the tasks that are, kind of demanded of you, keeping your GPA up, for example, as student athletes need to do. and also finding the time to also, talk to your family back home, Skyping with them, talking, keeping them a part of what you're doing. It's not easy all the time. It can be overwhelming.
Some of the benefits that I saw from coming to the counseling center was, one, personally, I figured out how to deal with anxiety. That was one of the problems that I was dealing with, and just how to openly talk about it with my teammates. And at first I felt kind of like shy or embarrassed to talk about it, but just to tell them, like, hey, this is something I'm struggling with, and they understand, like, when there's moments where I may be a little bit more awkward and such, and just know that I'm processing this whole situation out. I mean, I just felt for the first time in a long time that I could just truly be myself, just without worrying what other people think.
I was struggling because I was feeling like a lot of the things that were happening athletically were out of my control. Like, you can't get everybody motivated all the time. Like, that should not be one of my responsibilities. I need to start focusing on, like, my jobs on the court. And, I can't score all the points. I can't win games because it's a team sport. And those were pressures that I was putting on myself this past fall. And as a result of me putting that pressure on myself, like, it was hindering my performance. So by coming here, I was able to kind of put into perspective, like, the things that I had control over and the things that were out of my control.
To call somebody mentally weak because they do take advantage of counseling sessions and go to those meetings and one-on-ones, it's like calling somebody physically weak because they go to the gym and lift weights. It just doesn't make any sense.
We're all taught to be mentally tough, especially as an athlete. You're taught to be mentally tough and that you should be able to cope with everything but by yourself. But why? That's what your support system is there for. Use them.
I think that we need to talk to each other and tell each other that it's okay to go and ask somebody else for help, because we do have this negative image of going to counseling.
I think, this day and age, kids need an outlet, and normally a coach can provide that, normally a teacher can provide that, but if there's a counseling center that can provide an even deeper outlet to really connect with these student athletes, I think it's only enhance their experience, and only going to make them feel more welcome in the community, and only going to make them have more confidence in what they're doing.
Mental health is probably one of the most important aspects of your life that you can be in charge of.
I think counseling can be a good thing for anybody, just as weightlifting can be good for you physically, going to church can be good for you spiritually. Counseling can be good for you emotionally, psychologically. There's a lot of different advantages that can be given to a person by taking advantage of counseling.
Specifically with my student athletes, I really think that being able to talk to somebody and having somebody in counseling is huge. Having student athletes that are sharp mentally, only helps your performance on and off the court.
Bottom line, mental health can help you enjoy your life to the fullest.
I just think student athletes need to know that it's okay. They're 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that are experiencing a lot. Whether you're from, out of state or you're an in-state kid who's dealing with pressures of playing in front of their home crowd, everybody's different. And if you're going through ups and downs in life, that's okay. That's part of the experience. My job is to mentor student athletes so when they leave me in 4 years, they're ready for the real world. I can do that on the basketball court. I can help them in the classroom. And, I can connect with them in a multitude of ways. But if you need to see somebody else that can really connect with you and really talk to you on a different level, then seeking counseling is a very important thing.
We really push them to work with their professors and their advisors and their tutors and their nutrition people and the strength and conditioning people that are on campus. And counseling is just another aspect of that can help somebody, really fully become a young man.
What I would like student athletes to know is that counseling is not a bad word. Not getting counseling could be. And you've got to make absolutely sure that you're taking care of your body as well as your mind.
If you're a student athlete who's thinking about the counseling center, I would just say do it, because no bad can come of it. Nobody has to know if you're worried about your teammates or coaches knowing that you're coming here. You can just make your own appointment and come on.
You don't have to take on these struggles and these battles by yourself. There are people here that are trained to help you, and that they want to help you, and your coaches want you to seek out help. It's not a bad thing to go to get an assist from somebody.
I'll definitely say to them to keep an open mind, to ignore perhaps the negative stigma associated with it, and to understand that the people here, the group of people that are here, are, their job is to help you, and they will do everything they can, I'm sure, to help you out. And it can be quite overwhelming for a student athlete or just a traditional student, with all the stresses in their lives, to be overwhelmed with it. So it's definitely a great tool to come to the counseling center. I definitely recommend it.
If you have a good experience like I did, you can then open up to them and show them how it did help you, and show them it made you mentally stronger. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely just a beneficial thing.